Some folks are curious about the benefits that come with signing a major league contract. I'm referring to one of the very large contracts. A contract with funny money that gets compared to the gross national product of nations. And it makes for selfies with bow receipts showing tips in thousands. Because it's chump change for you today. A contract with funny money that gets compared to the gross national product of nations. Anyone who has ever been in a position where they needed more money does not need to hear that possessing a lot of it is a benefit. We all get it. But because of close relationship between success in athletics and financial wealth, it's possible that you don't really get what it's like to be in that position. Here, we're talking about top 10 perks. Number 10, a generous paycheck. Despite the fact that some aren't paid nearly as much as people typically imagine they are, on the whole, they do significantly better financially than the typical person. This is especially true for athletes competing at highest levels of a given sport. Take Tiger Woods as an example. Forbes estimate that he made $78 million in the previous year, which comes out to almost $214,000 every day. Number 9. The sense of personal validation acquired through success and fame. There is no doubt that fame is a double-edged sword. It's capable of inflicting as much damage as it's capable of bestowing benefits onto individuals. Having said that, it must be a wonderful experience to be ardently adored by a huge number of people at the same time. In addition, there are other athletes who appear to derive the same kind of pleasure from the fact that they are actively reviled by an even bigger population of people. It makes no difference whether they adore you or despise you in their eyes. When people grow uncaring towards one another is when it hurts the most. Number 8. Acquaintances who hold very high positions. If an athlete wins a title, they are typically asked to the White House to meet the president. This must be a very exciting occasion for the athlete, regardless of their political learnings. However, this is not the case for Tim Thomas. Of course, that's not where it starts or where it ends. NFL players have the ability to court and befriend a completely new level of social circle, the likes of which the rest of us can hardly even comprehend. The social circle includes celebrities, athletes, and other notable figures. It's not necessary to be preoccupied with celebrity culture or dependent on tabloids sold in grocery stores in order to acknowledge that it would be quite awesome to have few pals who were famous in the entertainment industry. Even if it were just sometimes or through a proxy, getting a glimpse inside the life of the Jay-Z and Beyoncé or Tom Cruise would be an experience. Perhaps it wouldn't even be quite as fantastic of an experience as we would hope it would be. But having the opportunity to tell everyone that it didn't measure up to the anticipation would be an even more enjoyable experience. Take a look at Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. In that picture, even he can't believe he is just hanging with Jay and Bay. Number 7. An expensive dating pool. Over the course of history, there have been nearly 1 billion lists and articles devoted to WAGs, which stands for athlete wives or girlfriends, because athletes have access to a really magnificent dating pool that's stocked with fabulously attractive fish. This is the reason why athletes have such an advantage in the dating game. Is there even a remote possibility that Justin Verlander would be dating Kate Upton if he didn't play baseball? Nope. Do you believe that Marco Jarek and Adriana Lima would have ended up living a life of marital bliss if he had taken a job in accountancy or selling old cars instead? Never in a million years. Number 6. Travel for business purposes. When I was younger, I wasn't precisely sure what I wanted to do for a livelihood. The one thing I knew I wanted was a job that required a lot of traveling. Later on, I found out that traveling for work isn't exactly as glamorous or enjoyable as it appears to be, but it's still preferable to being stuck in your office. Traveling is a significant component of the job for most professional sportsmen. They do so in order to compete in away games, international contests, all-star games, make personal appearances, and participate in a variety of other professional activities. And just like a successful business person with an expense account or a dishonest politician with 5 terms in office, they never have to worry about paying their bills. Number 5. Unlikely opportunities. Given the number of options that come along with being a professional athlete, this one truly covers everything there is to know about the subject. It encompasses, but it's not restricted to the following: being preserved for all time in the form of a toy or bobblehead, cameo appearances in various films and television series, the opportunity to record an album, be it a rap album or any other album, conversing with the British monarch, the Queen, being honored by the naming of a roadway in your honor, participating as a celebrity in a reality program, being permanently memorialized in the form of a horrible tattoo. Number 4. Abundant time offer for vacation. Being a professional athlete can be a physically taxing and draining experience, particularly as an athlete approaches their 30s and age. This is especially true as their careers progress. They will have plenty of time to get healthy throughout the off-season, which is a blessing. Even while off-season training activities and exhibition play count for some, it does not change the reality that athletes in most sports have between 4 and 8 months in between regular season competitive play. This is the case even though these activities count for something. These days, the majority of entry-level employment begin with 10 vacation days each year, and some even start with 14. Number 3. Getting free stuff. The fact that those with most money are also offered the most free items is one of the greatest examples of the minor injustices that exist in the world. It defies logic, as well as any and all common sense of what is fair and right. However, this is the reality of the world in which we currently exist. Athletes receive free access to the competition, free Beat headphones, free food and drink, and athletes who have sponsorship deals receive free shoes and clothing in the bulk. Number 2, a large number of people following you on Twitter. There are some persons who have been using Twitter and tweeting on a consistent basis for 5 years or more, who have fewer than 50 followers on the platform. There are even fewer than 10 of them in some of them. On the other hand, there is undoubtedly a reason why you have fewer than 10 followers after that amount of time has passed. On Twitter or any other social media platform, athletes do not need to be concerned about this kind of stuff happening to them. Being a professional athlete guarantees you an audience no matter what you post, no matter how foolish, insane, or flat out ludicrous it may be. You can post whatever you want, whenever you want, as long as you have that audience. Number 1, availability of the finest possible medical care. As a result of the nature of their employment, athletes are significantly more prone to sustain serious physical injuries than the great majority of us. They receive monetary compensation for the risk, in addition to having access to the best possible medical treatment, at least when they're engaged in their activity. The recent revelations regarding CTE and the NFL serve a jarring reminder of how fleeting a concern for the health of an athlete can be. Despite the fact that athletes receive excellent medical care and their employers view their health as financially beneficial investment. In addition, their health is seen as an asset by their employers. At the end of this video, tell us, how was the video? Did you enjoy it? Post your feedback in our comment section below and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates.